Connor, he's my oldest, and it started out when he was younger and he was diagnosed with Asperger's. You just have lots of hopes and dreams, and you know that things aren't always going to be smooth, but you don't feel like at the age of 4 that you've got this label. In high school, he did great. He was playing baseball and he was playing basketball. It was very clear that he would be graduating from high school. He was very smart and was going to go to college. You know, he was normal, whatever normal is. He really just began to flourish, you know, and come into his own.
Hey Connor, it's me, yourself, I guess. We're making a video for me because if I get scared in the morning, and so hopefully this will help help me to feel comfortable around people more.
April 1st, Connor was in gym class, and I get a phone call from the nurse saying that there was an accident. As I was driving over there then, she called back, and she said that he wasn't doing well and they'd have to send an ambulance. Once we were allowed to go back to see him, they pull open the curtain, and I thought he would just be sitting there, and instead, he was kind of thrashing around on the bed, and there was 5 different medical professionals trying to help him. I was told with his Asperger's that his brain is actually structurally different. And so when Connor fell, he fell back and then he twisted his head and hit again. So they think that rotation, along with the structure difference of his head, had something to do with the unique situation of his memory. After some time, they cleared him to be able to go home, but he had trouble walking and he didn't know who we were. But they said that this was normal and that after a day or so, you know, he'll be much better. So I brought him home. Connor had digressed so much that he could hardly communicate. He couldn't bathe himself. I mean, life had turned around, you know, almost like caring for an infant. I'd have to tell him, I'm your mom and you're safe and you've had an accident, but you're gonna be okay. To have your child wake up scared of you, scared of the room they're in, to pull his covers up over his head, you know, who are you? Where am I? What is going on? I mean, it is heartbreaking day after day to see your child suffer that way. And for them not to know, you know, that I'm your mom, you know, of all people, you know, I'm there to comfort him and help him. Claire had a really hard time with the memory loss for Connor because she felt like Connor had died. They didn't have that bond, you know, that connection that siblings would have. And it just broke her heart. Every day you hoped, maybe today is the last day. I have to tell Connor I'm his mom. Maybe this is the last day he has to watch his video. Sometimes when we would have a really good day and Connor would get ready for bed, you know, be kind of down and kind of sad, and I'd say, what's going on? And he'd say, I'm just really sad, I'm not gonna remember you tomorrow. I remember saying, God, okay, if this is how it's gonna be, okay, you know, that you've blessed us, he's still here.
called her and I just said, "Mom, I got my memory back." And I could hear her crying on the other phone, just in overjoy, just like, I'm coming right now.
And I could not get there fast enough, and so I bust through the door and there's my baby. So for the first time in 9 months, my child knew who I was.
I got to see her, and I gave her the biggest hug I think I could ever remember. And we just embraced each other, and we were both crying, and it was just a great moment between the mother and the son.
And that was the most special hug ever. And we were crying, and the teachers were crying that were there. Just to have him back, it was amazing. God has really shown me that I don't have to carry it all, that I just can take my step to the next thing I'm supposed to do, and that He is there to carry me, because it was too much. There's no way, I could handle it, and I would break down into tears, like, God, what am I supposed to do? How do I do the next thing? I don't even know what's in front of me here. But He really just guided me, and He put people around me to help lift me up too. I mean, community is so important, just to help me through those tough times.
I could feel God in my heart, even though I had no memory. That was one of the things I did remember, was my relationship with Christ. I could feel in my heart that He was with me at all times, and I knew that He wasn't going to let me go.